Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, fellow travelers. Oblix here, back with you today from FTB Revelation. How y'all doing today? Boy, it's been a hot minute since we've been on here. Bet you guys thought I ended the series. No. I'm having too much fun here. But we had to get Future's Edge up and running. That's going to be continuing on as well, at least for the foreseeable future. And I did have some server problems. So yeah, I had to get those fixed up and get the server back up and running. Pretty sure we did a reset, so all our corporeal stuff that we had down here is missing, so I'm assuming they ended up resetting the server. Yeah, and for all those, there was one commenter that said these plants do not grow too tall. Yeah, check your facts, bro. Check your facts, just saying. Anywho, today, guys, we are going to get some lag, because that's the thing. And then we are going to continue working on the Kakerator 9000. Hopefully the Corporea wasn't what crashed the server. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. If it was, we will not be able to build the Kakerator. But we're going to continue on as if we would be able to. So, today, guys, I want to talk about red string. Red string is a thing. And what it is kind of a wireless methodology within Botania. So there's several different red string devices, and we need to make some of them. So let's come over here. And you see we've got a container. This is them right here, and it's all made out of this fancy dancy red string. We've got a container, a dispenser, neutrifier, comparator, spoofer, and interceptor. And we're going to talk about all these guys today. So to make all of these, we need, of course, red string. So we're going to need some red stone, some string, pixie dust, and bottles of Ender Air. So we're going to make quite a few of these. And we're going to just make one of each of these bad boys. So there's container. Dispenser, I probably don't have a dispenser. Let's make it a dispenser. Okay, don't have any droppers. Let's make a dropper. Oops, I slipped and made 64 of them. Darn it. I hate when that happens. There we go. There we go. And the string neutrifier. Oh, we're going to need some floral fertilizer, which means we're going to have to put some bone meal and some dye together. Oh, we need some more red dye. Do we have any poppies? We have some poppies. Y'all get out of my... Thank you. No. Yes. Yes. We make it a thing. Okay, neutrifier, comparator, spoofer. Do we have a mana spreader? We do not. So let's make a mana spreader. That's fine. And interceptor. Nice. Alright, we're going to need some chests. And we're going to need a button. Just one, I think. We're going to need... do I have a hopper hawk? Yes, I do. Awesome. Do I have a daisy? I do. Just a regular oxeye daisy. Could be any regular flower. And we're going to need some blockages. We'll use teak wood, why wouldn't you? And we're going to need some bone meal. And probably some other stuff that I'm forgetting. Oh, we will need a lamp. Lamp. Oh, got one. Awesome. Redstone lampage. Okay. So let's start with the container. And I'm just going to put it right here. And you see it's got a red dot and some kind of hole looking things over there. And I'm going to need a hopper. Do I have a hopper? Told you I'd forget something. There we go. And I'm going to put a chest at a distance from the block with the little red dot pointing at the chest. Now, if I use my wand of the forest, you'll see the red string. You can only see it with the wand of the forest out, otherwise it disappears. That indicates that this chest is now bound to this box. I can move the chest, but only up to a certain distance. I actually don't remember what the distance is. That is obviously too far. Too far. There we go. So what we don't know is if this block is good. Let's check it. Oh. Yeah, that block is good. So that's the farthest you can go. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks away from the original. Now what this guy allows us to do, if we put a hopper on here, actually any of these sides can be the input. Anything we put into this guy, you notice it's disappearing. Well, it's shooting across that red string into our chest here. Nice. So it is a wireless item transmission device that can transmit that many blocks away. And I don't actually remember what we just counted. What was it, like 8 or 9 blocks? It can work through blocks. So if we take our 64 and we put us a little wall here, we put the rest in here, we see it's still transmitting even though it's going through the wall. So it lets you wirelessly transmit even through walls. Super cool. Ooh, no wonder my axe is on super high efficiency mode. So this is the red string container. That's what it do. Let's now look at the dispenser. And I'm going to have to make yet another dispenser. Fair enough. So we'll put it there. Now let's go make a dispenser real quick. Now I bet y'all can figure out what it's going to do. Dispenser, yes. So we're going to pop out here. And actually, let's grab a couple more things. So I want to show you a trick that Botania can do that a lot of people don't know it can do. Man. Let's just make a iron hoe real quick. And grab some seed. Bingo, bango, bongo. I will take our hopper off of there, pop it onto there, and we're going to put a dispenser down. We're just going to put it right there. Let's make sure it bound. Okay, we get the red string. Notice it is going through the torch. You can go through the wall, torch, whatever. Now, one thing a lot of people don't know is that dispensers in packs that have Botania can, in fact, plant things. Can plant seeds. So if I just put the button here, hit it, you see, boom, we got a grape seed. Why did we get a grape seed? Because that's what I grabbed, grape seeds. Fantastic. But using our red string, we can not only load this guy, which will go into the hopper and shoot across over to the dispenser, but we can also fire him. Hello, jetpack. So if I try to get an angle where we can see it, you see the plant happened. All through red string. So not only did it transmit the items to the dispenser, it transmitted the redstone signal as well, which is super cool. This also works with droppers, not just dispensers. The dispenser has to be there to plant the item, but if you just want to drop an item, you can use the red string dispenser for that as well. So now let's take a look at the neutrifier. So the neutrifier works kind of with this guy, as I can place him, say, over here, and you will notice he is connecting to the plant. Notice it doesn't go all the way into the dispenser like this one does. It stops at the plant, because what it lets you do is bap the block with some bone meal, and it will, see over there, it bone meals the plant. That's as high as that one can go. But yeah, it just is a easy peasy way of bone mealing plants at a distance. So we also have the comparator. Now this one's interesting. We can place it down in the world, and it can read the signal from any block that a comparator could read from. Now let's go make a comparator. I did forget one of those. I think we're done with the bone meal. Let's get a comparator. Do I not have one? Thought for sure I would have one already. Comparator, please. Pretty please with sugar on top. Thank you. And let's grab a little bit of... Nope. I said let's grab a little bit of red stonery. Fantastic. So, what this guy lets you do, let's make sure he bound. He did. We got the red string. You can put a comparator hanging off of this guy, but it's actually going to read the contents of this guy. So if you have a chest out in the world like this, that you want to determine how full it is with, say, a redstone lamp, you can, do something like this, and it will, work to determine how full it is. So if I put some blocks in there, we see it's transmitting the signal as a power of 1. I'm going to need a lot more blocks in order to make it fuller. Let's grab just some stone. And we'll put that in here. So if I take all of the stone, dump it in here, we see now that we have a power of 5. So, and I forgot that wouldn't actually work. Need a block. Wait, shouldn't that work? Why didn't it work? Am I forgetting my redstone skills? It's been a while since I played with vanilla redstone mechanics. There we go. Yeah, need a block there. Anyhoozle, you can use it to read the contents at a distance through a comparator. Now let's look at the spoofer. Now this one's pretty interesting. And I'm going to tell you, I have yet to find an actual use for this, but I'm certain there's one out there. What this guy does is it binds to a flower, which is why we got the oxeye daisy. It could be any flower, it could be poppies or whatever. Oh, apparently I had another oxeye daisy over here anyway. So I'm going to put it right here. Let's make sure it bound. It did. Now, if I put whatever functional flower I can plant on top of this guy. Any of the Botania functional flowers. What's going to happen is this flower that's bound through the red string is going to act like this flower up here. So if I put a chest right here, we know that oxeye daisies are not hopper hawks, but if I put a chest right there and then throw some chest out on the ground, we'll see that they get picked up and put in here exactly as if it was a hopper hawk. Again, I'm struggling in my brain place to figure out a use for this, but I am certain there's one I just haven't thought of. I mean, you could use, you know, the Indo-Flame is a functional flower. Hopper hawks are functional flowers. I mean, there's tons and tons and tons of functional flowers, so there's bound to be a use for this. It just hasn't crossed my brain yet. If you guys are using this, let me know what you're using it for. I'd be very curious. But that's how that works. Now let's look at the interceptor. Now, the interceptor, he's a fairly simple block. We'll just put him here. Let's go get my light. And I'm just going to put the redstone lamp on top of him. And notice the red dot's pointing this way, so we've got to come out this way. You always got to point the red dot at whatever you want. Make sure it bound. It did. So it'll bind to pretty much any container that a player can interact with. And what happens when you right click, it's going to create a small redstone pulse, a 1-tick pulse. So you're going to see that light up when I open this chest. And this is not a trapped chest. Notice no red ring around the latch. It's just your bog standard vanilla regular old chest. So when I open it, you see the quick flash, blink, blink, and you hear the tick sound. So it's a way to get a redstone signal out of, you know, anything a player can interact with. So if I take this should work with a hopper. Let's see. I don't think I've ever actually tried it with a hopper, but it should work. Make sure it bound. It did. Tick, tick. So if you ever have a case where you want to know if a player has interacted with something, or you need a player interaction to do something, then this is a good way to do it. And remember, this can go through walls. So this could be like out in the middle of a floor somewhere. You click it and you get a redstone signal that makes magic happen in the background. So that's kind of cool. But that is red string, and we will be making use of it in the Kegerator 9000, specifically these guys right here, the dispensers, the red string dispensers. Could maybe use this. We will definitely use this, and I mean, could use this, but don't need it. We're going to approach bone milling plants in a different direction. We're going to go take a different route for that. But yeah, that is definitely coming forward in the future. I am definitely glad to be back on Revelations. This is going to be a little bit shorter of an episode today, because this is really what I wanted to give you, and it's a lot of information for you to soak up. But I did want to cover red strings with you guys today, and there's really not enough time. I don't have enough time. It's a little late in the evening for me to get started on anything else. But as always, I sure do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me. And until next time, y'all get out there and make some noise. We'll see ya.